Hello, Stephan here with Liquidity with a video about these two letters, in German especially, but also in some other languages. What's the deal with those two dots over the U?
Liquidity.
In the German language, all the vowels that have two dots over them are called umlauts. The German word umlaut simply means changed or shifted sound, and that's really what they are. They are a change from the original. They're really a new sound. They're really a different sound. They might as well be new letters. They're not listed as separate letters in a dictionary, but on a keyboard, on a German keyboard, you will actually see not 3 but 4 additional letters. The fourth one is this special S that we have, which is the sharp S, and I made another video about that, so check that one out if you're interested. So a German keyboard actually has 30 letter keys, and unlike English, which has only 26. There are some other languages that have dots over vowels that are actually umlauts, for instance, Hungarian, Turkish, Estonian, Finnish. In German, this letter without the dots is pronounced U, and the one with the dots is pronounced Ü. I'll go into a little bit more detail in a minute or two about the short and long versions and use a couple of example words, which makes a lot more sense than just sounding the letters out, right? Many languages, especially Romance languages, have letters that actually have dots over them. In many other languages, that's actually not an umlaut, but it's actually called Dieresis, and that means that this particular letter is pronounced when normally it wouldn't be, or it would be pronounced in combination with another letter, maybe a diphthong. Even in the English language, you may come across examples of Dieresis. For instance, the word naive sometimes is spelled with an I with 2 dots because it's not naive, but it's naive. So the I is, or the E sound is pronounced distinctly separately, right? The Spanish word pingüino is an example of a Romance language that has Dieresis in it, that has that rare U with the dots in it. There are even some country names that have Dieresis in it. So for instance, the Flemish spelling of the word Belgium, België, has 2 dots over the E because it's not België, but it's België. Here's another well-known example. The famous French car brand Citroën. Okay, going back to German. So in German, if you have the U with the dots over it, which is an U sound, there are at least a long and a short version that's simplifying it a little bit, but so it would be either U or Ü. Here are 3 examples for the long one. That would be rühren, Mühle, Tür. And 3 common examples for the short one. That would be küssen, müssen, Müller. In German, it's important not to interchange these. They're not decorative. They do have a very important purpose. So for instance, these 2 words that look very similar have very different meanings. So schwül means humid, as in the weather is humid, and schwul means gay, as in the sexual orientation gay, not the original like happy gay. If you study German, you will also come across several words that in the singular have an U sound, and the plural version has an U sound. Perfect example would be die Kuh, one cow, right? The cow, and die Kühe. Many other languages actually have the U sound in them. French is a perfect example. If you actually see this letter in French, that's pronounced like an U. The same in Flemish, the same in Dutch, also Scandinavian languages. Typically, if you see this letter, it's pronounced somewhere close to an U sound, very similar to the German one and to the French one as well. And I would argue when you are in Scotland and people say you to you, the word you, for instance, in Scottish, that would be more like an you. So my theory is that the many Scandinavian settlers, the Vikings or whatever you want to call them, who settled in Scotland and also northern England, brought that linguistic particularity with them. And in Scotland, you can still see that. So in Scotland, you still have that U sound with certain words. If you have any thoughts about that, if you have some theories or some explanations, some special knowledge, please leave those in the comments. I'd love to hear them. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, and please consider subscribing to my channel if you like this video, if you like my other videos. Check them out, see what you think. Have a good day. Bye. Cheers.